Talk about anything you want in terms of growing up in Cleveland. Any aspect of it you want to talk about.
Okay, you tell me when
We're ready.
okay, I was born March 1st, 1926, and we lived on 49th Street between Central and Cedar. My first name, Lawrence, was after Lawrence O'Payne,
Okay.
who was the first elected councilman to the Cleveland City Council, the first black elected council. To now, my middle name is Vernell. I have no idea where that came from. Obviously, last name Barclay, and we lived with, at that time, uh, we lived with my grandparents, who was Robert Barclay, my grandfather, and Thula Barclay, who was my grandmother. And as a kid, we always, for some strange reason, called my mother Mama or B, and we called my grandmother always Mama. Now, I have very little recollection of my Cleveland experience uh, until I started kindergarten at R.B. Hayes. And I went to R.B. Hayes until the fourth grade, and from at the fourth grade, for reasons unknown to me at that time, I was transferred to John Burroughs School, which was another elementary school, which was further, well, it was at 59th. And I never quite understood that, because the next year, in my fifth grade, I was transferred back to R.B. Hayes. Now, R.B. Hayes was elementary school between Central and Cedar. And R.B. Hayes, I remember, because that's when my best friend and I met. My best friend was Clarence Walker. Clarence was in the same fifth grade uh, classroom as I. I remembered him slightly from the kindergarten, because we started the kindergarten together. Now, Clarence and I, the thing that I remember is Clarence and our friendship wasn't an easy thing to start with, because one day when we were taking what the teacher called a silent moment, and I don't know why we got these silent moments, but we were told to cross our arms and rest our heads on our desks. And Clarence sat right behind me. And Clarence kept smacking me on the back of the head. Now, actually, he was just trying to be funny, but I, at that time, uh, new to the school, and I didn't recognize it as funny. Uh, I told Clarence, wait until lunchtime when we get out. I'm going to get you for hitting me on the back of the head. And of course, at lunchtime, I thought Clarence and I were going to get it on. But Clarence had a couple of friends.
Uh-oh.
And the friend named Lionel Gray. And Lionel came up to me and said, so you want to talk to my buddy Clarence about him slapping you on the head? And I looked at Lionel, looking up at Lionel, and I decided that maybe Clarence and I could talk this matter over. So I told Lionel, no, just Clarence and I just want to talk. And from that talk, for some reason, we became good friends. And Clarence is still my friend today. He lives in Cleveland, and his birthday was the 17th of March. He was born 1926 also, so I'm 16 days older than Clarence. But Clarence and I have kind of stuck together, known one another since that day in the R.B. Hayes playground up until presently. Clarence and I went to junior high school together. We went to high school together. And when we graduated from high school, Cleveland East Tech at that time, we went to the Navy together. Now, you should remember, maybe you won't remember, so I'll tell you. At the time, Clarence and I graduated from Cleveland East Tech. It was considered a special school, and you had to test into East Tech. And also you had to have a particular level of grades, and you particularly had to have received a B or better in your algebra in the 9th grade. So Clarence and I went to East Tech. We thought to take technical courses, that is courses dealing with machines, building things.
We'll take a break.